Alright, so we finally did it. We did beat map 7 of Stardate20x6. And it'll actually be in high quality this time. So for this first fight, you just shoot, you make them in fight, you hide in the corner, easy stuff. I'll just talk about general things. What I did, I recorded a demo, which is only the second demo I've ever made. And then, watching the demo, as I am now in the recording, I added my commentary. Credit to Bytefyre for helping me make the vid dump, i.e. doing it for me. Hopefully in the future, I'll spend some time and try figuring that out. As of now, I don't really know how to make a vid dump on that, so we'll get to it. Some differences, when I played it, we had transparent projectiles and items, and I play on Wolf, and I have the mirrored corpses option with colored blood, but that's not on this playback. So at this point, when we get to about 60 kills, is when I'm going to peek out, just so the Cyber Demon is in line of sight of the Barons. I want the Barons to hit him, and then I want the Cyber Demon to hit all 3 Barons. If I have all 3 Barons aggroed, then I don't need to worry about them at all. There's enough health, so it's not too bad. I'm trying to lure them more to the left so they can actually get hit. Works fine, great. Now, you need to really worry about those Revenants all the way down there. If you're just starting out on this level, you're going to have a hard time with them hitting you. But as you get used to it, you realize, see how I'm backing up very fast so the Revenant missiles don't hit me. Gotta be careful. Alright, so for the next like minute or two, it's going to be autopilot. Talk about Riddick. So this is, as far as I can tell, the first like quote-unquote mainline Riddick's map. Like, if you were to just say this on a Discord server about Doom, people would know what you're talking about. The stuff that came before, I don't think so. Excuse me. I would mute it, but I'm using a free recording software, and I don't know if muting myself is going to mess it up. I haven't tested this, like, at all. So, these maps have been quite good. You know, they came out in 2013. Some age does show, like this area. Okay, there are too many Barons in the upcoming room. It's a little bit tedious. Alright. And the Spectre and Imp part later isn't great. But other than that, other than some of these maps being a little lengthy, they're very good. They are gorgeous in this really, like, well-defined Riddick style way. I shouldn't say well-defined, because that's not how art works. But unique. Distinct. Distinct. That's a good word. Like, if I saw this and I didn't know it was Riddick's, I would think it was Riddick's. Or at least Danny Abra. They work together on a lot of stuff. Including Sunlust, which is coming next. So... oh, this made me so sad. I missed 2 rockets. But yeah, 6 Barons is too much. So, yeah, all of the maps looked gorgeous. The first couple were like alien natural environments with a lot of like dirt and mud, but it still looked good. And it's like Yuri Way. The first 1 or 2 maps were really nothing too crazy. I think most most Doom players should be able to handle that. The first 1 map at least. Then when you got to map 4, that's when it switched over to this like alien tech base, which it just looks better than like the tech bases in Doom 1. Like, it's not comparable. It feels almost an insult to call them a tech base. Look really good. And Riddick's does these really unique fights too. Lots of teleporting monsters. I was trying to say teleportation and teleporting monsters. It's indecisive. Good use of pain elementals. Oh, especially map 3. I finished that level with literally one pair of shells left. And if that didn't go down, I would need to punch out a cyber demon, something I've never done. Then you get to map 5 through 7. Those were rough. But you know what? For map 4, that took me quite a while, but it's because I didn't practice it well. For this map, I think I practiced it a lot better. You're gonna see me make a mistake with infighting soon. I'll just let it speak for itself. Oh, I don't even know if this was even that run. No, it wasn't. This run I did it fine. There's no real reason to punch this Baron. I can just shoot him with a super shotgun. But I can only super shotgun so many Barons, you know? Yeah, playing Ribik stuff will make you confident punching. So you get out of doing that fight is 10 rockets. I think that's it. I don't think it opens up anything else. I'm pretty sure this switch that I just hit now is what opens up the next area. Yeah, you don't want to use too many rockets on them. It's fine if you want to use plasma on these monsters. I mean, suit yourself, you know? Though I did think this jump shot was cool. Anyway. Something I did notice, the Rivets doesn't give you a BFG, like straight up, until map 7 and the bonus map, map 31. In map 31, once you get the BFG, you're pretty much in the clear, although there is that bonus fight, so if you're going for all the kills, not so much. And here, once you get the BFG, there's one more fight to deal with that's really hard. Alright. This part, I think I'm doing it the intended way, because there's a window. I took way too long here, if I remember right. Yeah, I didn't need to be watching the whole time. It's not that I'm spinning around that fast. I have it mapped on my controller. If I press A, then I instantly turn around. So now I'm just getting in the path towards this corner. And there they are. Oh, there was a new Decino video yesterday. Well, you know what? Anyone who's watching my channel, they watched Decino. But it was pretty good. It mentioned a bunch of stuff he'd said sort of in passing before, but more clear. Like how the Kako doesn't have a melee attack, but he does. He clarified that. Because for a while I didn't understand what he meant when he said in the monster stats video that the Kako doesn't have a melee attack, but here's the damage it does. Yeah, I didn't understand that at first. So that cleared it up. Oh, is that a hitch in the video, or is that just a hitch in, like, my playback? I don't know. But, you know, thanks to Bytefyre, he actually did 2 copies of this. This platforming is a lot easier than it looks. So I get that rad suit so that I can do the first fight for the red key much easier. Rad suit has more than enough time, so I'm fine running over to that medikit. Though arguably, you only save so much health with the medikit compared to what you would get with keeping the rad suit. You know, I could see some people just deciding to leave the medikit. And here oh my god, I'm gonna miss one more time. I don't. So yeah, if you have the rad suit, this fight's a joke. If you don't have the rad suit, still doable. The only way I did it without the rad suit, I just stood in the back, like where you start this entire encounter, and I just shot them as they walked in. Which is a lot easier than it sounds. They're very slow, and you can dodge their projectiles pretty easily. Obviously you want to focus your fire on the Hell Knights. Another hitch in the video. Now it seems to have caught up. I'm pretty sure that's just on my end. So here, don't shoot too many, just a couple, and then you can head back here. I don't think I've ever died here. Really, the only thing to worry about is not wasting the mega armor. It's pretty easy. The resource drain, though. And it's pain elementals, you know? That was a mistake. I didn't want to supercharge yet. So the way this level works, you jump down here for the red key, and then for the blue key, well, you take the blue key path, you know. And once you have both keys, you can get the yellow key, and when you get the yellow key, you have a big fight there, and then you can exit. So, you know, one of your standard types of 3-key affairs. This Cyber Demon, Jesus, I mean, come on. It takes so long to kill him. It took me 25 super shotguns. I was counting. I think I've had him hit me before. That's why I take the supercharge, actually. Or at least I plan to. This time I took it by accident. But I want the supercharge just in case he hits me. So, yeah. Alright, this is not the most interesting part. I remember Decino was playing a level recently, and he says, Rocket dueling a Cyber Demon in an open area. I was done in 1993. It's like, you know what? I don't like this area. Yeah. I think there's some flaws in this section. I don't like the Cyber Demon. I don't like the Cyber Demon, and the Spectre Pinky section. The Spectre Imp section is pretty tedious, too. The Archviles are not too bad. I kinda like dealing with the Archviles with this maze thing, because you can use it to block the splash damage, where like you hug the wall and the wall is between you and the Archvile. It just adds a little bit of dynamic stuff to the fight, which is nice. But it's still not this like super high level thing. With that said, you do want to get the Archviles first, and then the Revenants, and then the Spectres. Archviles must come first, because obviously. I like to do the Spectres last, because they're hard to see. So I could very easily miss one, and then I hit the Revenants, and then I run into a Spectre as I'm running away from the Revs. And that would be bad, you know? Oh, So Bad's video on Revenants is very good. It was like how to doom Revenants. I think the biggest thing for me was how far away from the wall you should stand, and that you should then dodge into the wall, not away from the wall. Alright. Now at the last switch. This is also, if I'm not mistaken, one of the last times that Rivix doesn't give you the good plasma sound. This is the default plasma sound. It's pretty bad. My finger is so messed up. So we are just about to get to what I call the hardest fight. It might not be now that I've been doing it in a different way, because I don't think I've actually died in this fight now that I'm playing it this way. But it took a lot of testing to figure out how to do it. At first I was like, okay, let's generally go clockwise or counterclockwise. And then I was like, okay, that's not working. Let me try going to the Cyber Demon. Okay, maybe that'll work. And then I tried killing the Cyber Demon and dealing with the Revenants after. It's really hard. It's the teleporting Cyber Demon, teleporting Revenants in a plus-shaped room. It was not easy. What I settled on was traveling clockwise to the best you can. So that means whenever you're exiting one of the segments of the plus, the wall is to your left. Now, if the Cyber Demon would be in front of you, you don't go into what would be the next segment of the plus if you were to travel clockwise. But you still try to exit from the left. And if you end up getting backed into a corner of the plus, you do your little horseshoe, and you keep in mind you're more likely to escape if the wall is to your left. So see here, I'm pushing through, wall is to my left, wall is to my left. Oh, I can't get through. Horseshoe, I'm gonna leave on the left. I know the Cyber Demon was on the left side, so I just skipped it, but I kept the wall to my left. This time, there are fewer Revenants, so I was able to push through. And now, I'm going the wrong way, so I try to adjust it as quickly as possible. Get back to wall on the left, going mostly clockwise. Now, I have a bit of a big dum-dum moment here. You know, I'm trying to be aware of rockets, and you know what? I was aware of this rocket, I just didn't react. I'm gonna run into it right now. Yeah, I saw that, and I was bad at that, yeah. But that's the thing, I don't know if I even got hit by a Revenant missile. Like that's how powerful that strategy is, that I was able to afford getting hit by an entire missile. There is a secret up here, but it has 2 Archviles, and I don't want Archviles over here. So I'm going to wait until I get the BFG, and then we'll come back for it. This part, really easy. It's just a waste of time, honestly. Now, after these Archviles, you're going to watch me have some indecision. I'm like, well, should I try killing some Chain Gunners first? Or should I go for the Megasphere? So I go all the way to the Chain Gunners and then turn back. This was just for lulz. I knew that one. Yeah. Alright. You see, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Because this is only, what, the 4th time that I've gotten this far? I think I died at the ending 2 or 3 times, and I died at the Archviles by the blue key once. I've died in the Revenant Cyber Demon room a lot of times. And I died in the beginning a bunch. Alright, so I do go for the Mega. This fight is very easy. I got pretty unlucky with the Hell Knight movement. I think if I were to replay this map, I would shoot the Pain Elementals with Super Shotgun. Because then you can make better use of the pillar. Like, if you're weaving in and out of cover, Super Shotgun is good. Whereas if you're in the open, Plasma is better. And especially when you have a fight this easy, and especially when you have a fight this easy right before a Megasphere, it's okay to use the Super Shotgun. Anyway. Now we get to do the Chain Gunners. So this platforming is not that bad. You want to go to the 3rd spot, then you can just walk to the 4th, and then we gotta jump off because of the Chain Gunners. I think 3rd and 4th you can just walk. I don't think you can fall between those two. There's not enough space between them, I don't think. Here I was hoping that the splash from the Manx would hit the Chain Gunner, but it doesn't seem like it was enough damage. But the Chain Gunner died really fast, so I think he took some. See, I just walked to the 4th, and then the rest, you just run and turn. Now watch this. I pre-fire back, I shoot twice. There we go. Pre-fire, boom, boom, and then turn around. Works every time. That instant turnaround feature is excellent. Here I got really lucky. So this little section opens up the blue key room. Personally, I think it's much easier than the maze area. And the maze area is already not that hard, but it does take a little bit of practice and planning. And the blue key fight is way easier than the red key fight. Red key fight's crazy. You gotta deal with the teleporting revenants. So anyway, some imps. Really nothing to worry about. I like to spread them out a little bit, like where you got them, but yeah, just imps. About halfway through now. Yeah, this is just nothing to say here. You're super shotgunning imps. Now for the Revenants, you want to make sure that you don't kill them in this room, or at least do your best to limit how many die here. I was pretty impressed with myself for that. I was doing the back and forth dance with the Revenant behind me while I was shooting through the one in front. Yeah, I really wanted to not kill him up there. Because they're going to be Archviles, and I don't want Archviles reviving a Revenant. So, there we go. Now I realize our boy is still here. It takes like 13 shots to kill him, which is crazy. I mean, he killed some 60 monsters for us. Yeah, so this switch opens up an elevator right next to him, but it isn't a secret. It's just here. I should really explore this level more to get a better feel for the geometry or the layout. Alright. I have died here before. But doing this strategy, I've never had an issue at all. So just make sure they can see you from either the left or the right, but not both. And you can just shoot. You'll end up using lots of rockets, but I mean, whatever. I mean, for the most part, I would rather use rockets than plasma, because you know what? We're actually going to get a BFG. I know, crazy. I don't know what happened without him. I have a theory, though, that I blew him up and then the Archvile hit him. Yeah, you shouldn't pop out like this. This is me taking risks. And yeah, that's it for this room. Now we are finally going to get the BFG. But first, I'm going to forget to pick up the blue key, which is going to waste, I think, an entire minute. I kill these pain elementals so slowly. I want to keep my stack up, you know? I play this next room really badly, but we'll get to that. Thing is, my execution was poor, but the strategy is almost foolproof. These guys snipe you during that blue key fight. So I hit the red. Oh, oh, I missed it. Oh, 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 I realized. Yep. I hope it's actually recording. I'd be so sad. Oh, I mean, the way he enshrines this BFG is really masterful, you know? Which, you know what? Doom 1 didn't do that. Doom 2 kinda did it in map 8 and map 10. Or map 9. Like this, it's giving respect to the BFG, I think. So really the only thing you gotta do is get the Cyrodium to be lured away. You don't actually need to hit the Revenants. I do. Doesn't really matter. And as long as you have enough space to do that, you're good. If you don't, back off, try it again. You have a couple laps to get in before you get overrun. Now at this point, we've teleported to the opposite side of the room and up. So when we take the teleporter, we're not going to get swarmed. Now you can just chill and let them fight each other. Every so often, I like to peek out over the edge The only caveat, when you teleport back downstairs, you need to be in the corner and not having peeked out for a couple seconds. Otherwise, you might have a cyber even shooting at you when you're on the ledge, and then he instantly snaps your position downstairs. Something like that could happen. Rare, but it can. And teleporting is not just like for lulz, you're doing it to encouraging fighting. You want the cybers doing what they can. And every once in a while they forget. Oh, can Lost Souls bounce on the ceiling in Boom? I know they fixed Lost Souls not bouncing on the floor for comp levels 3 and up. So, you know, 3, 9, 4, 21, 11. But, I don't know if they can ever bounce on the ceiling. I don't think so. You know what? No, I think they do. I think they bounce on the ceiling in the comp level 9. Not sure. So if you want to do this fight legit, you know, have fun. You know, that's your own problem. I think it's intended, because why else would the teleport not be directly above the teleport entrance, right? He's making it so that the distance between them makes pathing better. I think it's intended. Now, when I do cleanup, though, I really have a hard time. I get hit by Manx, I run into Hell Knights, I pick up a Megasphere by accident. It's a mess. Which is so sad, because it's literally cleanup. There's no reason it should have gone that poorly. I should play some chess while I'm rewatching this. So I'm rated like super duper low for bullet games. Oh, he's pushing the pawn. Yeah, this fight is very long. I'm sure if you do it legit, it's faster, but, you know. Alright, so now we do cleanup, and you can watch me be really bad at it. Really, the only thing to be aware of is, you know, rockets when you're far. And try to go counterclockwise around the Manx. Just because of the direction of their pattern. Their first burst, they shoot one at you, one slightly to your right. The second burst is one at you, far to your left. So they'll oftentimes catch you if you're going leftward. Then counterclockwise around them means you're going right. But you'll see me walk into some Hell Knights, pick up a Megasphere when I'm at full stack. I didn't do this cleanup well. But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Really long level, it's very tense, you know. I'm doing my best. The next fight, I think, is quite cool. So, the next area spawns in like a bajillion Archviles. And look how many monsters are on the floor, right? So they're gonna revive a lot of guys. Which might actually make it easier, because... because, you know, the Archviles get distracted. I don't know how it'll go. Anyway, there are also a lot of chain gunners, which spend most of their time shooting at the Archviles and stuff by accident. The strategy that Decino does, he picks up the invuln for that. He just nukes the Archviles and he gets on with his life. What I do, I just do the fight. And honestly, I've never lost this fight. Maybe once in practice when I wasn't paying attention. But it's actually pretty easy. As long as you take your time, you should be good. You should be good to go. Now, of course, it's easier for me because I cheesed the last fight, so I don't need to deal with, you know, having low resources, because, you know, I saved my resources by cheesing the last fight. But you could argue that, in fact, my resources aren't that high because I accidentally picked up a Megasphere and screwed up the cleanup. So I think you have an argument in either direction, really. But anyway, I'm trying to keep stock of the room here. I want to know, okay, which side has more Megaspheres, which side has more cells, and can that inform how I pick up cells right now? Like, should I be picking up this group of cells or the other? I want to have a little bit on either side, and I'm fine with one side having significantly more. And the side with more ammo should also have the 2 Megaspheres. You see how that kind of works out. So anyway, we're going to make sure we have everything, and we'll do the Archviles. It's got to be like at least it's 16 to 20, I think. Not sure. I pre-fire a little bit. When you grab the key, it opens up. A lot of Archviles down there, and lots of chain gunners. The chain gunners are actually more of a threat if you do it the way Decino does, using the invuln now. If you do it the way I'm doing, the chain gunners aren't that bad. More so, they distract the Archviles, and they end up killing each other. But if you just nuke the vials really fast, then you need to deal with the chain gunners on your own. Which, you know, it's not hard, but it's very awkward to hit them. Because they're so far away, and you're going to watch me struggle to hit them later. What I find is starting with rockets seems to be the most consistent option. With that said, I've never really had an issue. But starting with rockets, I mean, look, this is going pretty well. What I want is for the Archviles to get close to me, so that when I do this little charge, I can get some Archvile kills. See, there are like 2 vials here. You get hit, it's really not that big of a deal. There are lots of extra megas for you, it's fine. But obviously you don't want to get hit, so do your best to avoid that. Oh shoot, I'm using a free recording software, like, on my browser. This is supposed to be a 40-50 minute audio clip. I have no idea if I'll be able to download it for free, or if it'll go over an hour. It won't be over an hour, it'll still be a lot. So yeah, just take your time, focus on Archviles. It's okay if you need to back off. Be aware of the revenants. You're good, okay? It's okay. This is not a fight where you need to panic. And at this point, I'm realizing this is the second attempt in a row. We're going to get to the end. I hope we beat it. And I'm also saying to myself, we should have 1,307 monsters. And then I'm like, wait, why is it 3,000? Why is it 1,308? Because I'd already killed the cyber demon. Yeah, see how it's so hard to hit these guys. Maybe I need to stand closer. That might be it. I think I'm too far when I'm shooting. Because if you're too close, then the angle is too steep for auto-aim, and if you're too far, it's too far for auto-aim. So, like, what's that perfect distance, you know? I end up actually getting quite low. Down to like 30 or something. This is so embarrassing. Jeez. That didn't even... That got one of them. Alright. So now we just gotta go grab that secret from before. And now that I have the BFG, so I'm comfortable doing it. There's also... It is extremely important that I open up the yellow door, just so it's faster when I make my final. Also, beautiful, beautiful sight there. Yeah, what I use the invuln for is the arch files at the end. For that part, Decino shot them one by one. I tried doing that. I wasn't able to do it. It's 18 arch files, and he tries killing them one at a time by getting their attention one by one. It's crazy. It's crazy difficult. So first thing I do, I get the door open. There's a Megasphere and a Soul Sphere down here. I ended up doing the blue key section very well, so I had a lot of resources down there. I think what you're supposed to do is, with this secret, like, dance around them with the pillars and they're teleporting. I can't do that. Not a chance, man. I am just using the BFG. There's no coming back. So. Now, before the final fight, there's a Megasphere, 600 cells, and 100 rockets. But when you get there, I'm going to be on the timer. Okay, I'm on a 30-second timer for my invuln. And there's no turning back. So once you get going that way, I don't want to be taking resources from there. That's like another second or two off my invuln, and I want everything I can get. I practice this run quite often. And I do it pretty well here. The previous run, I really messed up the final mad dash to the end. Looks cool with invuln, with all the black and the white. So there's 18 arch files. It is possible to just like nuke them without the invuln, but I mean, do you want to do that? No. Alright. So my plan for here is I run clockwise. As the clockwise versus counterclockwise, it doesn't matter as long, like, you could just flip the way I do it, as long as you're consistent within the way you go. So for me, I start by going clockwise, I go to the end, kill some revenants. When I get low-ish, or when my BFG ammo is lowish. Okay, preferably you keep your health high. See, BFG's getting low, I'm out. Now, since my health is low, I'm getting another Mega. Preferably, you get to keep it, but whatever. Now, you go the opposite way from before. Before I went clockwise, this way I go counterclockwise, and I chill at the first corner, not the far corner. At this part, you want to keep as much health as you can, so you can save a Mega. I don't manage to save the Mega, so we gotta go. And now, this part, stupid. You gotta just hope they get hit. And he does. This is the best one to get hit. And then you cower in the corner. The issue is sometimes the middle one can still hit you. I got a little lucky with it because he got hit by some of my tracers, so it got pushed a little to the side, so it was harder for him to hit me. But I'm still thinking now, you know, it looks like he can kind of see me, and it doesn't seem like he's actually fighting the other monsters. So I start shooting him with chain gun, and that goes fine. And I start shooting him with super shotgun, that goes fine. Until he gets like a frame of seeing me, and I take splash from 2 rockets. I think if I took splash from the 3rd, I would have died. This was terrifying, okay? What I should have done was just go at him with the BFG after having done the chain gun. So I'm safe. I'm safe over here. Right? He's not hitting me. I know he's not going to hit me because it's been almost a minute now of him not targeting any of the revenants or imps and not shooting me. So I know that I'm safe. And with chain gun, I can hit him without popping out of my safe spot. But with super shotgun, I do need to get out of the safe spot, and as I'm popping out, it can hit me. So that's why it was a mistake to use super shotgun. I should have used a chain gun and then just used BFG. Because at this point, there are only, like, I think 1 revenant, maybe 2, maybe a revenant and an imp. So I could have shot lots of BFG in front and torn a path in front of them, in which case that's actually what I did do. It's just, well, it takes me almost dying to do that. Yeah, there was exactly a revenant in them. Alright, and now we did it. So, Stardate20x6. Highly recommend. I don't know if, you know, you should do it saveless. But, Pistol Star is definitely the way to go. I would definitely give up saveless before Pistol Star. Pistol Star is the way to go. Okay, this is a 48 minutes, 21 seconds. This is no joke. The long map, not like I did it in the fast way. But, yeah, this is up there. You know, this and maybe Umbreon Nils and Crippling Legion. They were probably my top 3 most difficult maps. Though this one I actually have a demo. So, pretty good. Up next is Sunlust. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.